Hello everybody. We'll make the history of cities in a state inside the United States of America. In this case. So we have to found a list of municipality or a list of cities or of towns. Here we took the state of Tennessee and we'll, our goal is to download this list, all the Wikipedia pages in our computer. So we have the list of page names, but I copy paste always two lists, one of cities of town or and towns to note the list on the list page and the on this list page and the list in the category page, Wikipedia category page of cities or of towns. And I do this because I don't want to leave to for, forget one city. So some cities that are not always displayed, they are not all displayed on the category page or on the list page. There are often some missing cities. Now we export all these pages into an XML file. The XML file is downloaded. As we all the cities names are in double because I downloaded the the list of the cities two times, but Wikipedia deletes automatically deletes the double page. So we have the XML file and we will paste it into a new file that we call test1.txt and we will save it into a ANSI format. Now we have some scripts. Python script which that will execute the script for which gives us the history of the town and the first date of its settlement that interests us. it will be saved into the result 2.txt file. This one. In this file, we'll see later. Then we'll take all the coordinates, the populations, the population census, and the minimum file, the file that takes all this year that is mentioned in the Wikipedia page, and this is often the first year of settlement of the city. Now in the file we'll replace all the semicolons, the double quotes, and the equal signs to not to have errors after while opening the Excel or LibreOffice file program. Then we'll replace the double exclamation points that the script put for us, and we'll replace them by semicolons, and we'll save this file into a CSV file. Like that. We'll open all these files with a Notepad++ program that allows us to remove the carriage returns. And with the help of which we'll make our columns. The same way we'll remove the equal signs, the double quotes, and the semicolons. In all the files. And now we remove the carriage returns by the \r\n formula in the Notepad++ program. Then we will make our columns in which the title column will be the first column. We'll give the column names in the first line. And we open all the files. and we'll put all the columns of the different files into the same file. First, we will make our text easier to read. So to read more easily the years. So it displays 1791, and in the text we read in the text that one of the first buildings in the city was made in 1791. And the first settlers in what is now Adams arrived in the late 18th century. So this information fits, and this information fits with the first column that displays the 1791 year. Good, we will see the second line. Here we read that the area in and around Adamsville was first surveyed in about 2018. And the first settlers of the European ancestry settled here. Third line. The town had been laid out by 1845. So this about the first settlement occurred in this year. So we have almost the program gives automatically to us the first year of settlement of the city. That we just we have to verify. Of course, we can sort the years by the ascending order. It's more comfortable. Of course, here the years aren't true. Is this false information? We can information because this is coming from here. The historical data when the French traders came. So we can we must to see look to the text to have to correct the error. So it was set in about 90s of 18th century. But after when you start to see the years in the late 18th century and the 19th century, there are often is a little paragraph. They are often the years. Like here, established date in the 10th of 19th century. Okay, established the date in 1811. It was renamed in 1811. So we don't have to change to look the true year. Now let's have a look to the census designated places and to the unincorporated communities. I think I'll include also in the video. Yes, we have the links here. I'll just uh, into the category. They are not censusly placed in Tennessee. This may include some communities, ghost towns. Okay. Sometimes I will look after, maybe it's true. But we have so we'll do the unincorporated communities, but they are very much, as you see, 1,400 and many states in the United States, for example, which have very much unincorporated communities. And when you see, when you click, you see that often you have no information about the places. We don't know when this, it was founded, if it is it ha, if it has still people living in very much. For example, here we have the post office was established but closed. Very much in a corporate community, so we must have a more automatic way to find this information. And I have a tool, the same tool almost, but the main difference is I must don't verify the years that give me the program. Just some of the earlier years it gives me, but here we are again. So we have the file of all unincorporated community for the XML file of the. Here we are again. So I wanted to do the Tennessee state, but it's I made an error. But so the same way INC. we have different scripts to execute. The coordinate script, the content script. We don't have the script for the population, but because these are incorporated communities, so we don't have any population census. This particular script, and so as I see, we have the text here. We'll do the same way. Replace well. This is almost the same file, but it not shows only the minimum, but also the maximum when the community didn't cooperate or the post office is closed. It's it's counted also. Um, Now we can open the files. We'll put the coordinates. It's not here. And so let's have a look. The post office was established at Aberdeen in 1889 and remained in operation until 1942. It's here. Here we don't have any information, so the cell is empty. here we have the land was granted in 1848 feet. Here it stated that Abner Johnson was who settled in the area in the 1840s, which it fits. And if I will put 1845, I think it's better. So the script did for the all 1,000 unincorporated communities automatically the work, our work that it had to do. Even there are many missing information. Sometimes true information, for example, this here we can see in 1852 came to own the land, but this is not stated because the key words wasn't in the text. So for the unincorporated communities, I will I'll do the work automatically, even if some of these communities will be forgotten, will not be in the final video. Uh, it doesn't matter because uh, it saves much time to do this work automatically. So and we have many communities remaining. What is good? When we have just some errors to correct, like this. There is not here, of course. Just I want to have a look. How many? How many will remaining? Empty. So about 700 incorporated communities remaining of 1,400. So 50% is good. So often it's it's, it's less number. What is the point of all of that? I will show. Oh, what is the point? I will get back to the Tennessee cities. Insert the column. All these years we can put automatically on the map with QGIS program software. First, we must to have a look to the coordinates. Ah, there are some forgotten cities. Some coordinates that are missing. We must to go to search ourselves. We must remove all numbers except the coordinate numbers. Now we'll replace all this information. Well, like that. We have a column for the longitude and one column for to remove this line. QGIS program is opened. We'll add a layer, delimited text. Of course, the file isn't finished, so it's but it's just for the example. Show only indices that are shown on the map. So we have about 20, 30 missing cities. We'll see why. Select all. I close. I open. It's normal because this one don't have coordinates. I will seek for it. Here there are coordinates, but we forget a number, so we must just erase this number, and it will appear on the map. Here there are decimal coordinates, so we must change these coordinates to fit on the table. So we'll look to what is the point of all of that. We have the towns, we remove, and here we'll put the years. We'll reduce the size from 5. Put it on the center. We will show all of the towns, and here we have all the history of Tennessee cities. Now we'll export a Civic SVG file. SVG file. And we must select always export the text like text. I will show you why. Now we can open our file. Which can be opened by Inkscape or by a text editor. So here we are. We can also make look the years like dots, but after it will not be exported. So in the Inkscape we can do this. We will have to edit this again. I will not show how to do that, but what is interesting is that now we can we are get back to Notepad. So we'll open again our Tennessee file and file and we'll replace all this text years year by year, so copied by Inkscape or by text editor. So here we are. We can also, yes, uh, make look the years like dots, but after it will not be exported. So in the Inkscape we can do this. We will have to edit this again. I will not show how to do that, but what is interesting is that now we can we are get back to Notepad. So we'll open again our Tennessee file and file and we'll replace all this text years um, file for example. Let's have a look. And we have removed all the information about the some this year that we removed. Of course, I didn't do all the years of the 19th century, but we can continue. can go if I remove that and so on. So what is the point of my next video about the USA? If you are interested to do some sites, you can ask me, and I can share the